Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared with my lovely wife, Kara.
And your lovely life, because
Yeah.
I make it lovely. Hello.
And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Live on Neevesknives. So I do not have a lot written down. It's been a long day and past couple of days, so we're just gonna wing it tonight. We do got some cool stories for story time, so I'm sure a lot of you know I did get injured. We'll talk about it more here in just a little while. How's everybody doing tonight?
Do you want the iPad?
If you want to grab it, I mean, I most definitely would have been a baby about it. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I'll show you guys pictures and stuff. Those of you that don't know here in a second, or in a little bit. I figured I'd save it for story time. Not much of a story. Hey, Alice, how you doing?
There's something red on the ground.
It's pretty sore, but I'll be all right. What's that?
I said there's something red on the ground. I thought it was a pool of blood.
It's gonna be a couple week recovery at least. It is what it is. I'm not gonna stop. So, what sucks is I had a bunch of plans this weekend that I'm still gonna do, but it definitely hurts them. Jared, I am a truck driver and need an EDC knife that won't break the bank. Got any suggestions? Depends on what break the bank means to you, what kind of price range, because everybody's break the bank is a little differently. You mean under $100? And I get truck driver. What are you doing? You're cutting straps, rope. You probably need to tie off things like that. Or if you do have an emergency tie off and you need to cut it really fast. So you're definitely going to want something good with ropes and stuff. Probably some packaging and things like that. I'm not sure exactly what type of truck driver you are, what you're doing, but I'd probably recommend some sort of sheep's foot. What's up, Mike? Thank you for the 2 bones. Feels like shit, man. Feels like shit, but I'm kicking along. Feels pretty good. I'm loving it. But I think I would that new Cold Steel. If he's doing hard use stuff, then I was gonna say a Cold Steel. If he's doing hard use stuff, because you'd want like something like with a triad lock. But otherwise, I mean, if a Spyderco Mannix doesn't break your bank, I think that's a great option. If that's a little too much, then this CMB made Predator is badass. This is under $50 or right around that price range. D2, really strong locking system. Comes in G10 and micarta. Good action, great blade shape, great sharpening choil, good clip, deep carry clip. This is a great option that doesn't break the bank. This is the CMB made knives Predator. A lot of I showed a bunch of knives in yesterday's video that are all not breaking the bank type knives that are good for utility cuts and things like that. The Predator, CMB Predator. I don't have an affiliate link for it, but you can find it at Atlantic Knife for probably like under $40 or right around $40. I don't have a link, but like I said, Atlantic Knife has it. One of the moderators might be able to find a link from Atlantic Knife. I'm not affiliated with them, but they can put it up if they want. Oh, a Native 5 lightweight is a good pick. Comes in crazy steels. Right. Well, same thing with the Mannix. The problem with the Mannix lightweights. Here's a Mannix. Problem with the Mannix lightweights is that you can't take them apart. So you would have to, if you want to be able to take them apart and change parts or anything like that, you're going to want the G10 one. But even the G10 one, in all honesty, is really not that bad of a price for USA made. Like, right around $150.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, baby, go ahead.
I'm gonna be looking down this way a lot. It's not because I'm ignoring you guys. This is where my comments are.
What's up, brother? Shout out to Dylan Mallory. Go ahead, baby. Sorry.
Hi, Dylan Mallory. Nice meeting you at Blade Show. That was awesome. That's crazy, actually. Like, for me, Dylan Mallory is a celebrity.
I know. That's what I was going to say. Celebrities in the house.
I know. Meeting him.
I also clipped him in that video really quick. I'm sure he didn't like that, but
it
was so quick. It was so quick, yeah. And he actually looked cool. I looked like an idiot. I looked confused. My eyes were crossed, and so Q and Fiend linked it right here from Atlantic Knife. If you guys want to get that Predator, I recommend it highly. I love it. I think it's a great EDC.
Did you get Gary?
I'm getting them right now.
Don't forget Gary.
Gary with the 2 bones. Thank you, brother. What kind of edge does LC200N take? So it takes a good edge. It's just not a long-lasting edge. So I'm going to say if you're light on it, because there's a difference between, obviously, when you're really hard on your knife and you're cutting, and I don't mean hard as in like you're hitting staples and stuff. I just mean hard on it like you're cutting a lot of stuff. If you're cutting a lot of stuff, then it's not going to have good edge retention. Now, if you cut 1 or 2 things a day, and it's just you just use it like an EDC knife where whatever you run into, you cut, and it's, like you open a couple packages, you're cutting tape, plastic, maybe a strap here and there. It's fine. Like, it's good. It's perfect for most people. Most people, that is a great steel. And even for the people that do use their knives a lot, it's still a great steel because it strops, hones, and maintains very easily. But it does take a really good edge. I'll say if you put a really fine edge, so like 15 degrees per side at 5,000 grit, it gets incredibly sharp, but it doesn't hold the bite for a super long time. But that's just because it doesn't have long-lasting edge retention, which there's nothing wrong with that. And you can always strop it back and keep stropping it back, and as long as you maintain it, it'll keep up with the bite. But if you want the bite to stay the longest on it, you're going to want more of a medium grit with the same angle, because the lower the angle, right, when you sharpen your knife, the lower the angle, the longer the edge will last cutting regular stuff. It's not going to be as tough, though. So if you are hitting staples and, doing dumb stuff with it, hitting rocks and stuff, then yeah, it's going to be more, it's going to be more chippy. It's going to be more likely to roll, things like that, because it's weaker. It's finer, right? A lower angle is like this. A higher angle is going to be like an edge like this. So it's going to be a smaller edge bevel. So it'll be a tougher edge bevel, but it's not going to cut as good, and it's not going to last as long through cutting performance. But I would say your angle is going to be probably the most important part. I personally prefer low angles, unless if it's on like a hard use knife. And I think it'll do just fine between 600 and 1,000 grit. And then if you really want that real fine edge, you can do it without no problem on there. Just make sure you maintain it often.
Hey, baby.
Yes.
What did you do with my pen? Yeah. Oh. Thank you.
All right. What's up, Professor? Shout out to Professor EDC. Go and check out his channel. He does Spanish and English EDC channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Very cool.
How do you do it both? Just like subtitles, or you keep speaking both?
Well, he does some videos just Spanish, and then he does some English, and then he also has, like, for people that are maybe bilingual, but maybe better with one, he does lives. He can talk to anybody.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm. I have one blade in LC200N. I just got a new blade in LC200N.
I feel like I haven't had anything in LC200N in a long time. But what's my newest knife with LC200N?
Oh man, not this one. This is your newest knife in LC200N. It is the Spyderco Chef. Yeah, it is. I got it for you.
You did?
For both of us.
Oh, give it on. Give it here. Forever.
That's probably the best. See, this is the problem with
see that again.
with that knife. Let me see it really quick.
What knife?
Let me see it.
You can borrow it. Say, can I borrow
Let
your
me
knife?
I'm gonna borrow your knife.
Okay. Just kidding.
So is that this is not cheap. This is like $268, $260. So it's not cheap. However, this is a good knife. You know what I mean? Like it's a super solid knife that cuts really good. You're not going to have to worry about corrosion as much. LC200N is highly corrosive resistant. The blade shape is great for EDC. A great blade shape. It gets super smooth. It is premium materials, and Spyderco does a great job with their heat treat.
I just need a one-word answer from you. What's your favorite color?
I don't really have one.
Okay.
Lefty! Shout out to Lefty EDC with the 5 bones. Make sure you guys are subscribed to his channel. Awesome channel for the ibuprofen. I can hear the pain, bro. He'll let Kara do the shilling for a week or two. I can't do that. Can't do that. I gotta stand the shilling.
He doesn't trust me to shill. I'm not as good at it as he is.
She tries, though. She tries.
He just has more of a shilling kind of personality. Just kidding. The reason I was asking about your favorite color, and by the way, I don't not know his favorite. Like, it's not like, oh my god, she doesn't know his favorite color. They're married. He doesn't ever have a favorite color, so that's not weird. But the reason why I was asking is because Allie Cord, I've seen it both ways, is in the chat, and she's gonna make you something. So.
I think it just depends on what it is.
Well,
like I would have like a favorite color.
I usually just tell people to do Neeves green if you don't have a.
And
color.
green's not my favorite color.
It's
for
not.
Sure. It's not.
But like our stuff is green for Neeves, so it. One
reason why
I know you like blue.
I do like blue. I like green too. I like especially the color money. You know.
I thought I picked the green.
No, the reason why we picked the green though was because on camera it supposedly is like one of the better colors on camera. It's really good on camera. Your eyes pick it up really good. There's a lot of reasons on camera why green is good.
Looking at it on the computer and being like, "Oh, this one allows this."
We had talked right. We had talked about it a bunch of times,
and it does. When you see our logo, like I notice it. Like if I see our logo in another chat full of logos, and I know it's ours, so we're gonna notice it first. But even when we were new and it didn't really hold any meaning, I always noticed like, okay, you like your eye sees it.
Yeah, even when you think
it's simple.
Even when you think about, other things, right? Green kind of stands out on film. You really can identify green. Or like when you think of outside, the trees and things like that. Like it really pops on camera. And cameras do really good with it too.
Well, have you ever heard about how advertising companies use certain colors because certain colors subconsciously mean different things? So green actually is one of the ones like food companies use to portray health. Yeah. That's why Starbucks' logo is green. They're not healthy, but I know there's people out there that kind of synonymously associate them with like, oh, it's trendy and healthy, even though it's not really. No offense, Starbucks. I don't work there, so.
Outdoors Craftsman, I would say, you do got to use what works for you no matter what. Now, 20 CV and M390 is not technically a chippy steel, but, and I'm not saying this happened to you. You might have been through too many trials and errors, and to you it chips. That's fine. And in that case, use something different, right? Probably S35 would probably be better for you. But M390, you want to make sure you sharpen off the factory edge. You want to get like 4 good sharpenings on it before you consider whether or not it's chippy or not. Because a lot of companies, especially the ones that are producing it really fast, they burn the edge, and it makes it to where like you can even watch like Outpost 76 when he does his tests between the factory edge versus his 4th edge. You watch it slowly increase. Like the first edge changes by like 25%. Then the next 2 edges are by like 10% or so. So to get it at its optimal, or it's where it's good, a few good sharpenings. Now, also the company that's doing it, because not all M390s created equal when we're talking about heat treat and HRC and what they're running it at and all that good stuff. So, if it's budget M390, that's not going to be the same as, say, Spyderco's M390 or 20CV. And I would say Spyderco's probably running it the best. Now, if you've dealt with that, then I would personally get something probably a little bit tougher for you, because everybody's things are different. And for what you're doing, it might be a chippy steel. Yes, baby.
I have two things to say to
Yeah.
you. One, if I need you to get to stop talking, I can just hit you in the foot now. So that's awesome.
Don't do that.
And two, I just wanted to say, and please don't interrupt me.
I'm not going to interrupt you.
Alice, aka Allie Cord, who you guys see in the chat right now. Yep. We're gonna have some of her stuff here in the future for a giveaway, most likely on Patreon. But we do want to take the time, probably in this live and another one, to let you guys know that she does currently have some overflow of products that she made for something and isn't able to use them now. And so she's put them up for sale on her Instagram. So if anybody likes paracord stuff, I mean, there's all sorts of the typical paracord things you see. Go check her out on Instagram. I believe on Instagram it is Allie Cord, the way you see it in the chat here. So yeah, definitely go check her out. Help support her because she needs to sell some of these things. And yeah.
All right. Bennett says, I've been wanting a chef for a long time, but can't bring myself to drop that kind of cabbage on a non-Colorado Spidey. Is it worth the money in your opinion? So I do like it. I bought it because I've been wanting it for a long time. I've gotten to try them in the past, and I always wanted one. So I just think it's one of those EDC knives. Now, it's not going to be for everybody. But personally, yes, I do think it's worth it because, like I said, it's very resistant to corrosion. And I like the way it feels. I like how slim it is. I like the titanium folders from Spyderco. I think that, they're just the kind of knife that, to me, they just grow long. They grow more on you the longer you have them. It's like over a year of having it, it winds up being a knife you grab a lot. You just gravitate towards, and that says something, right? When you have a knife or a big knife collection and certain knives just get in your pocket a lot. And that's the way my Slish Bowie is.
That's what always happens to me. There's certain knives where it's like all these to choose from, and I carry the same 6. Like, seriously.
Well, I carry a lot of everything, but I just mean like especially when it's something
what
like
I mean. They get picked a lot.
Yeah, right.
I'm not saying I never carry anything else, but right. It's funny. I think one of my most repetitive carries that, and I mean, some of you guys that have been on the channel for a long time, know that the Kaiser Fire Ant was my boo for a minute, and it's still. Can you not? Do you want me to get a paper towel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, poor baby. My baby's broken.
I'm broken.
Okay.
I literally just closed the lid on the coffee, and I just opened it back up because I figured she'd want a drink, and then I tip it. It's so full it dripped out a little bit.
I like always closing the lid though because I like to keep it hot.
But yeah, I would say though that the Chef is definitely worth it. And like I said, Spyderco does a really good job with their heat treat, and it seems all their companies do good quality heat treats, even their overseas stuff, unless if we're talking about the Chinese stuff. I'm not, saying that they're horrible, but there's a big difference between their Chinese line and their other lines. Hey, Tyson, thank you for the $2.79. Donating on behalf of my friend. Love the content. Man, well, shout out to your friend, and thank you. Thank you for the donation. I do appreciate it. And then we got, oh, shit. I literally went to hit. I hate this. When you're in the chat, it'll jump. So, I went to click on Knives Fast donation. Shout out to Knives Fast. Thank you for the 5 bones. Another channel. Go and check out his channel. He's got another knife design coming, and it's going to be on the channel here very soon. And some extra gauze as well. Yeah, we got to get some more. My trauma kit, I had my trauma kit, luckily, so we had everything. But there's definitely things that I'm realizing I need more of. I don't want to see the picture anymore, I bet.
In response to... I need a nickname for you because this name is hard to say. TZ Ada Kim.
What?
That works.
What was that?
You know him, but I just can't say it. I always
just call him T. He's just T.
I like TZ Ada Kim.
T.
Anyway, Ada Kim. He said, video idea, both of you guys should make a video of your guys' top 10 or 15 in your collection you would keep if you had to get rid of all the rest. I really want to do a variant of that and compile that same thing, but of small knives. It's been a long time since I myself have done a video of just the best small knives that are out there. Yeah. And I want to do that.
Yeah.
But like small and ergonomic for small hands, not just like, oh, it's tiny, but like best for small hands, small work, you know, stuff like that.
Outdoors Craftsman says 14C is great because I can easily resharpen strop when I get home for the next day. And Spyderco's S45 holds an edge for a good amount of time. Yeah, for sure. I think it's with S45, a lot of companies are running it right now. So I would say the best you're going to get is going to be from Spyderco. They seem to run their steels at optimal ranges for EDC knives, you know. So I think that is it's a good steel all around. I've had good experiences with it, and I do find that it is a little bit better than S35. Is it dramatically different? No, but it definitely is different, and I notice a huge difference in sharpening. Now, 14C, of course, 14C is a great steel. You know, it's so easy to work with, so easy to restrop and bring the edge back. You can bring it back so many times, and that's... It's really responsive to stropping, which I appreciate because I like a steel I can put a keen edge on, and the edge lasts a good long time too, especially for the price. It's so affordable, and then you can just touch it up on a strop, keep it going for a long time, and it takes such a nasty sharp edge. Yeah.
It's pronounced Zodakim. Or wait, I probably just said that wrong. Hold on. Zodakim.
Right now.
Did I say that right? Zodakim. Just tell me if I'm saying that right. That's what I'm saying.
Say that again.
Zodakim.
T.
See? Yeah, but it's not T.
It's T.
It's not subbed like a T. You'd be better off calling him Z.
It's all right. Well, that's just the way it's pronounced.
I know, but...
If you are not subbed to Knife Sergeant, open a new tab and do it now. Thank you, Fiend.
And then come back.
There is a link right there. Go and follow his channel as well. Same thing with JD for EDC. There you go. My favorite color is Spear Point.
Somebody said your favorite color is not blood red.
Yeah, I know. That's hilarious.
I think you're going to get demonetized if you show the picture.
No, we're going to save it. We're going to save it for story time.
I'm saying when you
show
it.
No, I'm talking to him. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm saying... Oh, okay. I was saying that I think you're going to get demonetized if you show that picture.
We'll find
Considering that Instagram is putting sensitivity warnings on centering pictures.
It's so weird.
So there was... I woke up and I was like, Jared, look at this. I was like, I just got a trigger warning, and it was a blurred out picture on Instagram, and I clicked it, and it was somebody, I forget whose post
it was Transparent Knives.
No, the one I did first, it was somebody's back peeling from like the sun or something.
Yeah.
And they were just showing their peeling skin, and it was like a trigger warning. And then we got another one, and it literally was, Jared showed it to me this time, and it was transparent knives holding up a knife, showing the centering.
That's it.
Like I told Jared, I was like, I don't know if it's just because they could see a lot of skin in the picture and people they thought it was so nasty. Like, I don't know.
People are getting sensitive over what you call centering.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta watch out. Like, what? Hi, Knife Modders.
Yeah, we're gonna do it for story time for sure. We'll talk about what happened. Saw your toenail clipping accident. Ouch. Ooh, who was that one?
Oh, it's a Hebrew word meaning righteousness.
Ooh,
righteous. I'm gonna call you righteous. I'm just kidding. I won't.
There's another link. Make sure you guys follow all the links, support all the content you can, especially in the community. It's nice being involved with the community as much as possible. A lot of good people in this community, and a lot of great friends.
You got a super chat down there at the bottom, sir.
All right.
Which I will promptly answer.
Let me get to it 1 second. I had a ZT that had a lot of microchipping after a lot of sharpening, and a Wii that was chippy. I cut sod and stuff with rocks in it, so I needed a fairly tough steel. Yeah, if you're doing stuff like that, also, a low angle is going to be very beneficial to you. So, because a low angle doesn't necessarily mean that it's not going to be super sharp or anything like that, like a 20-degree angle. That's a perfect angle for sharpness, cutting performance, and toughness. Now, I say 22 is probably where you're going to hit that really tough edge while still staying pretty sharp. And it's just the lower you get, the more sharpness and cutting performance you're going to get, but also the toughness is going to dramatically drop. But yeah, anything above 20, especially like if you go way above 20, that's where you're going to start losing sharpness in the sacrifice for toughness.
You got 2 super chats.
And I'm talking about your edge angle.
3 super chats.
Okay, I'm trying to get to him,
Makes
baby.
me antsy.
Trying to get to him. Shout out to my cousin Breeze. Slacking on the like button, guys.
Yeah,
you guys are slacking on the like button. The Chef is one of the best Spydercos, hands down. Native 5, then the Chef. Huh. Yeah, I'm surprised you like the Chef. I wouldn't have thought that you'd be a Chef fan. But it is good. It is good. It's just, this is the thing, is that with the Spyderco Chef, you're appreciating something different. Like, it's not the fidget factor. It is other things. And we'll talk about it here in 1 second. Gary, with the 2 bones, did FDA get rid of Juul vape? I don't know. I guess they're trying to. What?
They are trying to. They put it to a court case which Juul lost, and then it went to the Supreme Court on an appeal, and the Supreme Court decided that they would keep the products on the shelf on the market until the actual decision is made with the Supreme Court. The case is honestly really stupid because they're only targeting Juul as a particular company when there's like thousands of vapes out there.
Well, that's the thing. It's just
much
the
less
beginning.
regulated.
If they can get Juul, they're going to get they're going to go after a lot of vape.
Yeah, because at first they tried to say, oh, it's the kids, right? So they took away all the kid flavors. Now that's not there. So
now they still want to go after them.
Yeah,
so it was never about the kids. It's just like with anything, when they start going after things, it's 1 inch at a time. They never try to go after everything. They try to go after everything 1 inch at a time until they can finally ban you from something.
Tell me if I'm wrong, though. Don't you think that it's very likely that, like, the big high-up people with, like, Philip Morris and, like, those people are, like, probably, like, paying off, like, different entities to try to, like, get rid of, like, the most popular Juul company that competes with cigarettes because it's in the gas station?
I think that, but I think some of them are already involved in the that industry as well. So I don't know, because you got to think they're getting their nicotine.
I don't think they're involved in that industry.
Maybe you're pushing my leg off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get it.
I think they're probably selling their nicotine to them, but I don't know. But anyways, the Chef though, you have to enjoy fidget factor differently. Like, so me, I can enjoy something with a snappy detent and fall shut action, but then I can also enjoy a good, like, frictionless slow rolling action where it's just like so smooth. This also has a good reverse flick, but the hole is a little tight in there, but it's still really good. But the cutting performance, the ergos, it's nice and slim. It's easy to put in and out of the pocket. The blade shape, the grind, it slices really good. It's a great user. And like I said, so easy to carry and reliable, strong lockup. Lots of great things with that one.
Yeah, baby.
And it's just a good quality knife. Yes, baby. Yes.
You're really behind.
I'm trying to get to him, baby. I'm trying to get to him. Fox with the 20 bones. Thank you, man. Holy cow.
Your feet pics leaked? You're selling feet pics?
I'm selling feet pics, baby. Thoughts, my boy might need some hospital bill. Thank you, man. Thank you. I do appreciate that. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hospital bills, man. Hospital bills. For sure. Really appreciate you being that way and sharing everybody, Jared. Oh, man, no problem. No problem. Of course. Zorro Coaster with the 4 bones. Watch out for them Legos.
Legos is notoriously the most.
That is like the thing for feet, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you got a kid around, because it just jumped.
Because you're behind.
But no, it doesn't. No matter what. If I'm caught up, it'll do that. So I want to see how far it jumps.
You still have one more super chat.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
I'll check.
Yeah,
you got him.
Yeah, I'm caught up. Pics looking good, bro. Thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, Mike Emler's doing a live tonight, guys. I don't know how many people he's going to be able to have on, but he did request a bunch of people to come on his live. So he did hit a mile marker, 8,000. So go and not only follow his channel, but also come to the live tonight. I'm going to jump in there for a little bit. I don't want to name all the people that are going to be there. because I'm not sure who's going to be able to show up and who's not, but it's going to be pretty cool. So it'd be awesome if you guys could jump in there with us. Bree says, well, now that I've made it back, I can begin making unrelated statements and asking inappropriate questions. Facts.
Welcome to our chat.
Yeah, well, welcome to the chat. Kara, thank you for joining tonight. Sorry if we upset you last week.
Who?
Kyle said that.
Why did you guys upset me?
What,
I saw your request on PlayStation, so you did pull out your dusty PS4, and now I'm excited, even though I know you'll probably never get on it. I was excited. I was like, oh my god, I have a friend request! I haven't had one of those in a while. So. Except for from randos.
So I did check it out at Blade Show with Greg, but I only had it for a few minutes. The thing was I recorded, all right? This is the problem, man. Like I told you guys, it was our first ever Blade Show. Our sound wasn't on. So I literally got film of me checking it out, but you can't hear nothing. I could voice over it probably. I do still have it. I think maybe not. I don't know. But that happened to like 5 booths. And I feel bad because I went there. They took their time to help me and everything, and then I ruined it. So it happens though. So it's a learning process. But yes, I did check it out. Fit and finish is amazing. It's a solid little, like the most solid little slip joint I've ever tried. I mean, it feels. I mean, obviously it's made by Medford, right? So look at what they do with regular folders. So you already know that thing's going to be solid. Now it's not like it's a little tank or anything like. Sorry, guys. It's not like it's a little tank or anything. It's just super, super solid. I would say that to some people, the blade geometry, or even the geometry just all around, they're thick. The stock thickness is good. Now, the blade is a hollow, so it's it'll be just fine for slicing and everything, but it does have a thick blade stock, which is what's going to add to the strength and durability. So that's one I could see people using, like with the little tool on the other side. You could totally use it as like a little pry bar and shit. Very, very solid. Carrie, you play Warzone?
Fuck no, I don't play Warzone. I hate Battle Royale.
Fuck around with that shit.
Battle Royale, no.
Kyle says, yes, I turned it on, but haven't used it yet.
Yeah, I see. I knew. You don't even have a profile picture.
Eva E says, Jared, I have a smock on order. Should I take out the second detent or leave it in? Take it out. You're going to want to take it out. Skiff bearings, I don't think you'll need them. Once you take out that second detent, it's so smooth. I don't think the bearings are going to make a difference. With some knives, they do. Some knives, they don't. That knife, it's not going to, as long as you take out that second detent. Now, I didn't even think I cared about taking out the second detent because the action was already great. I mean, it was so good. It's like, why do I want to take out the second detent? Then once I took out the second detent, I realized why. So yeah, I would just recommend to take it out. You're going to probably, if you enjoy that crazy fall shut type action. Now, I do have a new knife here. Well, I got a couple new knives. If you guys watched my most recent, I actually had uploaded late, but it uploaded right before this went live. Some knives from CMB Made Knives. They're pretty cool. Those are pretty cool little knives. Oh, man. Did you bring that thing over here?
What?
It's in the photo box. But anyways, I did a first impressions on some new knives, and then I got another one coming tomorrow that's pretty awesome. I didn't say this in the unboxing, but it's somewhat of a tactical EDC knife. It's a Miguron, but it's an all titanium. Well, it's actually what is it? It's called a AM8 knives. So AM8 is like, they're with Miguron, but they're different. Like, I think the designers are different. But anyways, it's with Miguron. I'm pretty sure, to be honest, guys, that even CMB and Miguron have something together. I'm not 100% on this, so I don't want to spread false information, but I got some. I think so. Anyways, the point is that Miguron killed it with this one. Because it's full titanium. There's none of those inlays or anything like that. And I will say this too, if I can bend enough, right here. So even this knife is badass. The inlay, it's just the inlays coming up. I do see some little tiny voids, but they're not like huge and just big and just, like all over the place. It's like, just first look, the fit and finish is great on the carbon fiber. I'm not a big fan of these colored carbon fiber scales. I'm just not, right? So to each their own. But the inlay on this is coming up a little bit. But I could glue that back down in like 3 minutes. Literally 3 minutes. I could just take off the clip, pop that up, put some super glue under it, it'll be done. So is it that big of a deal? Maybe to some people, but it's just for when you're spending, over $100 on a knife, you expect the fit and finish to be on point. So I understand why that would piss people off, but the action on this thing, the detent is rock solid, super duper smooth. The ergos, this thing melts in my hand. I can't express that enough. You put this in your hand, I don't think anybody could grab this and say it's not comfortable. It's so comfortable. Nice and slicey. I did already resharpen it. The blade shape isn't my favorite blade shape, but damn it, it looks mean, doesn't it? Doesn't that look mean as fuck? Anyways, this new one is all titanium, solid titanium. It has a really cool blade shape. I'm not a big fan of the flipper tab, but still works great. You guys will see that tomorrow. It's pretty cool.
Careful if you roll back, because I got this back here now.
Rumor is a bunch more exclusive 20.5s coming with all different premium steels. The 3V is awesome. I have two. Nice. That's not a bad idea. Now, my worry, right, and I am not saying that this is going to be true or this is going to happen or anything. I'm not saying that, all right? So don't take it that way. Please don't. This is just a curiosity in my head. I had a poor experience with their OS 10. It was really bad, and I had friends that had poor experiences. I have a friend that sent me pictures pictures of when they were sharpening theirs, and it was weird. Like the burr was like super flaky and like just really, really weird. He sent it to Demco, and they resharpened it back up on a belt and said nothing was wrong. But that's on a high powered, that's on a fast speed belt or whatever. So I don't know, right? But I know my experience with the OS 10 was shit. I did not like it. I had a tough time with
which one? With
excuse me. The Demco 80 20.5 and the OS 10. Now eventually I did sharpen into better steel, but in that point, just a bunch of little issues. So I hope that with the other steels, now I haven't tried their 3V, I haven't tried their other steels yet, so I'm not saying that that's the same way across the board. Maybe, and what I think, if I had to say what the problem was that they were trying, because I got mine from Blade Show, not this Blade Show, last Blade Show. I had a buddy that was going to Blade Show, and if you guys don't remember, when the 20.5 dropped, they got bought out right away. And Andrew Demko brought a whole bunch to Blade Show. Well, I had a buddy that was there because I didn't get to go, pick mine up. Just a guess is that they were kind of trying to rush them to make it to Blade Show. That maybe they were rushing the heat treat, they were rushing the sharpening, they burnt the edges, they were just rushing to get as many as possible to Blade Show, and that was the problem, right? But that can be the problem when you have a company rushing, whether it's through the heat treat or through the sharpening, running their belts really hot and pot. Yeah.
Do you want me to fold that over again so it's softer on your
No, I'm fine. But anyways, so I don't think that would be a problem with this stuff, maybe because they probably are. And I did hear, sorry, I don't mean to jump around, but I did hear that the other OS 10 started getting better. But I don't know. So hopefully their other steels don't have any issues, which I'm not saying they will. They probably won't. My Shaman came disastrously off-centered. Took it in for centering. I get back. Blade light rusting. Damn, guy in store was it's smooth. Yeah, the blade play and the centering wasn't fantastic improvement. Damn it. That sucks, man. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes you just get lemons. Sometimes shit happens. I don't know if you should take it to the company, take it straight to Spyderco. I'm not sure how that will work out. I honestly don't know what to recommend, especially if you've already dealt with the the store, or just return it. Just return it and buy a new one, because just because that happened to you at that shop with that knife doesn't mean that's the way it's going to be across the board.
Professor EDC is like, Jared, how did you say all that on one breath?
Big lungs.
Yeah, they said at the hospital that your oxygen was at 100%. Perfect.
It's good. That's good because I've had a lot of lung. I've had a lot of lung problems.
I thought they were going to say 2%.
You're almost dead.
Yeah. How are you alive
How are you
right now?
Breathing. No, I've got like scarring in my lungs. I was surprised
because mine is always at 90 whenever I go, and they always give me that little look like you get crossing the threshold into not breathing.
Jared, I've heard when handed a knife that you hand it back the way it was given, open or closed, or it's bad luck. I don't know. I don't really believe in that stuff. I'd say deal with it person by person. I don't know. I guess it's probably better just to close it and hand it to somebody, so if anything happens, it's not your fault. Yeah, baby.
Kyle's like, where did Jared get that chair, Malho? Look at your chair.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's funny. I bought it on Amazon.
It's like an off-brand
That's funny,
game
though.
chair.
That's good. That's good. I like it.
And it kind of feels like an off-brand one.
It is definitely an off-brand one.
It doesn't have a lot of padding.
So when I was getting this chair, I was getting her a gaming chair, and I was trying to get something nice. So I went all out on your chair and then just said, I don't care what chair I get as long as I get a new chair, because my chair was so bad, you know? It
just was the armrests on the other one and the way it fit in here.
No.
I think it's comfy.
I'm not talking about the big one. I was talking about the other one, because remember the big one was just too big.
Do you want a tissue?
I got a tissue. Yeah, okay, my nose has been running for a couple days, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I remember how
I don't get allergies, but maybe it's allergies. But I don't get allergies, so it can't be that.
I remember it was getting close to my birthday, and you got this one first. And I was sitting there like helping you set it up and stuff like that. And my mom saw it, and she was like, I guess she must have saw you getting it or something, and was like, oh, is that for Kara or something like that? Because like my birthday was like in like a couple days, and she saw that it was a chair, and she knows I play games and stuff. And I don't know what you said to her, if you had said yes or no or whatever. But I just remember her like after my birthday or something, or close to my birthday, being like, like, did you get your chair or whatever, or something like that? And I was like, no, it was
snitched on me.
No, I was like, no, it was for Jared. And she was like, she looked so disgusted because it was like my birthday and you got yourself a chair.
Yeah. You know what's cool about the chairs is that online on Amazon, so like when I got this, you can take the chair and put it wherever you want on the phone. So like say I can go, like say if I was in one of your guys' offices, right? I could stand there in your office and put this chair in your office on my phone and look at it. I can walk around it. I can look at all underneath, see it's make sure it's going to fit here and there. It's crazy how they do that. It's nuts. And it allows you to basically put whatever thing you're buying in the room you're going to put it in, to see it in a 360-degree way where, I mean, it actually looks like it's there. I took a picture and went to her before I ever got it and showed it to her, and she looked at it. She's like, when did you get that? What? Like, that's how real it is.
Oh, the chair.
Yeah, the 360-degree thing.
No, that thing was crazy.
Because I screenshotted it and then brought it to her and showed it to her. And she actually thought it was in the room, even though I hadn't even picked it up yet.
No, it's weird how you can do that stuff now. Like, see it in your room, and then, like, you can, like, scan it in. I think that was just on Amazon, not, like, a specific app.
No, it was on Amazon.
I know. Somebody said, was it a chair app?
Well, it's on
Amazon.
It's probably, no, all the companies that sell the chairs probably have it, because it's in, when you swipe through the pictures, it's in there. So like when you go and look at the chair, when you're looking at the pictures, as you swipe, I think it's the second or third picture, it's going to give you the option to do that, to put it wherever you're standing or wherever you want. So you can see it in the room and see what it looks like, see how tall it is, see how big it is, see how wide it is, see if it's going to fit. You can literally go underneath it and look at it from underneath. Like, it's crazy. It's nuts. But no, it's in the pictures, and mine was on Amazon. I'm sure that a lot of companies that are doing furniture these days have that. I went and bought a pack of menthol pods for keepsake in case I miss it. Yeah, we're probably just going to have to switch if they mess around. Not a big deal. I'm just going to ask other people that I know what they use. So are you Chinese or Japanese? Who are you asking? Huh. Can they put a dog in the chair so it's accurate? I don't think so, but you can get the chair. You could definitely have your dog next to it or something, or like walking up to it or looking at it or
Anything
whatever.
that was in the room was
Anything that's in the room is still in the room. Like, so whatever's there is there. And whatever it's in front of, it blocks. So it actually looks like it's there. Like, it really looks like it's there. Like, just as much as my chair looks like right now, if I stood up, that's what it would look like. Except for, like, you could stand there with it. So you could even be in the picture. Do it your own vape is the best anyways. Give that a try. All right, I will. See, the beauty of the Juul was that they have it at all the gas stations. That's the problem. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the do-it-yourself ones either. But we'll probably wind up having to go to the vape shop and just grab something really good from there. Something that we can just go there once a month and pick up all the stuff. The best thing about this was that all the gas stations carry it.
That was the main reason for staying with it. Because, I mean, it was like buying cigarettes, so it just was what I was used to.
What the fuck? Drug dealers gonna start selling Juul just like they sell the morning after pills. That's hilarious. Is this your full-time job? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Have you handled a Mac PM 3.5? You're talking about the McNees? Is that the McNees one? Yes, I have. The 3-inch and the 3.5. They're good. They're good. I would say, yeah, they're great. I mean, I handled some a while back that were a little bit rough around the edges, but the new ones that I've tried were great. You all right?
Yeah, my head's just killing me. I'm gonna go.
Okay, you don't have to stay, baby. All right?
Yeah. I'm not the one that's injured.
You got ibuprofen?
Yeah.
All right. I should probably take some more,
I swear this headache came from pure panic. I'm not going to tell the story because Jared wants us to save it for story time, but what I will say is that I woke up to, baby, wake up, come here.
That's not story time, baby.
I know, I said, that's all I'm saying, and that stress.
Has it ate her alive the whole day?
It did something to me. Like, I thought you were dying.
Oh, I was in a way.
I know.
Bleeding out. I use Vaporesso.
Sounds like an espresso machine.
Yeah, it does. Sounds like what I'm drinking. Maybe I need to try it. I did try Bee's Blades. His, I don't know if he wants. I think everybody knows he vapes. Like it's a secret. But I tried his, and his was really good at Blade Show. And I actually even talked to him about it. I'm probably gonna have to talk to him again to find out exactly what he uses because I really liked what he was using.
Hello, Knife Modders. Lindy and I almost said Rindy and Litchy.
Shout out to Richie B and Lindy Lou. Go and follow their channel as well. I know they're probably pretty busy around this time, but it's you get all your knife modding done by them, especially if you're willing to wait to get on their books. I'm not sure if the books are open or not, but it's definitely a channel you want to follow because they do the best modding in the business. The best. Dude, what the fuck happened to Jared's foot? Has he talked about it? Not yet. I'm going to talk about it here.
Every 5 minutes, I just
30 minutes.
Putting in the chat that the foot story will be.
Yep. It's coming up. It's coming up. We got it.
You could just flip it around and do story time now. You don't have to
hides.
Do it like this.
Bedbug says if you want good flavors and want a disposable, hides are good. My girlfriend got me one of them. All right, I'll have to look into those. Hides. Seems logical says, and if they do ban the vaping stuff, you should hit up Ray at EDCC. He may have some kind of alternative options at his shop.
Everyone wants you to do story time now, and you have a super chat.
Do I? Mm-hmm. Oh, see how it jumps?
Because it's mad at you.
Mr. Particular with the 5 bounce. Thank you, brother. Then let me send you $5.
What are
thank
bucks?
You, man.
Don't you mean
bones? The bones. Thank you, man. I appreciate it so much. This definitely, all the donations definitely help massively. And if everybody doesn't mind, you guys could hit the like button. It definitely helps us in the algorithm. So yes, thank you to everybody who supports, man. It's a huge help. It's how we're able to do this.
And
We're going to talk about it here really soon, brother.
Off
really
topic,
soon.
but Lindy, Lou, and Richie, because I know he was there longer. I had a great time with you guys on Backpack B's stream. If you guys don't know, Backpack B, who you should definitely sub to if you haven't already.
Yes.
He does a Knife Owls stream, like Night Owls, and he legit goes all night. Like the stream was like 6 hours long, and I like was listening to it on the side while I was playing a game, and then like I realized, it dawned on me, I'm like, is this stream still going? Isn't it like 2:30 in the morning? And so then I got in the actual comments.
Yeah, I've seen him go pretty late before.
Dude, 10 of us went the whole time. There was 10 of us that went till, I think it was 4:30, 5:30 his time. So
nice. Shout out to Maurice. Maurice is in the house.
I don't want to go back to Marlboros. That's what I used to smoke, was Marlboro Menthol Black 100s, and it was the longest name to say at the gas station.
I smoked Newports and then L&M Menthol 100s. I did smoke Marlboros for a little bit. I did smoke because my old man smoked Marlboro Reds. So
that was the first one I ever had. It did put, it didn't put hair on my chest, but I know what you mean by that.
Put hair on your nuts.
Somebody will say it put hair on your chest, but like I know what you mean by that.
You can always order pods from Canada, but they are only 3% nicotine. Yeah, we got to get them that 5%, that fivers.
And Illinois has a law that prevents us from like receiving them here. Like we tried to order them just from Juul. I don't know if that like is different on other sites, like if you can get around it. But yeah, and I typed in like Texas and Florida, and they can get them, and like we can't. It's so stupid.
I seen somebody ask me if my foot was elevated. I can't find the comment now because this thing jumps and I hate it. But yes, it is elevated right now. That's why Kara's kind of backed up because my leg's in front of her.
Kyle was like, Kara has hairy mommy milkers. Ew.
That's funny. I remember when I was a kid, that's how everything was explained. Everything was explained
like in crude terms
on whether or not it put hair on your nuts. That was the degree of which you wanted it or not. Were you growing a vagina or were you getting hair on your nuts? I remember Breeze's dad one time. I got into an accident. I wrecked a motorcycle. I was all fucked up, and I'm coming back up.
You were fucked up from the hit?
I wrecked on a motorcycle.
You made it sound like you were like drunk.
No, I wrecked a motorcycle.
Okay,
right, a dirt bike, and I'm coming up the hill, and I'm like getting off, and I'm like kind of walking it. I think, yeah, I'm walking it like this, and he said something like I knew it. You're growing a vagina. Because he asked me, he's like, if I'm going back out there. And I was like, no, I'm kind of hurt. He's like, I knew you were growing a vagina. And said something like that. And I got right back on that fucker and took off right back
super healthy
to racing. Yeah. Lifelong cool, man, myself. I don't know if you remember, but what was the movie? Oh man, I can't remember the name of the movie now. Shame. That was the dude's name in the movie. Shame. Anyways,
Shame with an
Shame,
M?
yeah, with an M. And he had this line in there where he goes, like a motherfucking pack of cools.
Yeah. I don't remember that movie, but I know that line.
Yeah, because the girl or whatever was like, just promise me you're gonna smoke his ass. And he goes, like a motherfucking pack of cools.
Can I make a suggestion?
Make a suggestion.
You said that the foot story wasn't even really long enough to be the whole story time anyway. And my head hurts, but I want to be here for the story. So you could just tell it now. It's 8:30. You normally do it at
Technically,
9.
I did promise somebody last week a different story, so maybe we're just going to have to wait for this one until next week.
The foot one?
Yeah, the foot one.
But I want to be here.
All right.
I was part
All
of
right.
it.
You just want to go, don't you?
My head is killing me. But I want to hear the story.
All right. We'll just start with the story right now.
So that I can cut in and be like, no, you cried. You did cry. No, I'm just kidding.
So, all right.
Craig Hamilton, thank you for becoming part of the Kershaws, and he wants to
shout out to the Bang Gang squad. I can't see him over here. Craig Hamilton.
What story?
5 months. 5 months in the Bang Gang squad.
You can't say no to a 5-month Bang Gang.
I can't do that. Shout out to the Bang Gang squad. So I do appreciate all the Bang Gang members. Best squad out of all the squads. So, all right. So let's talk about it. All right. So what happened was, I I did all my filming for a video yesterday, but I had to still finish editing and things like that early this morning. And so I was working on that. I was working on putting the video together, editing and all that shit. And I had to go do my thumbnail. And so it was literally a freak.
You good?
Yeah.
You need me to fluff your pillow?
Nope.
Okay.
It was literally a freak occurrence on exactly how it happened. It was timed perfectly. Like if I would have moved any other way, or if the time would have been a second before, like it couldn't have fell in place how it happened. So I'm going to take my thumbnail. So I take my thumbnails, most of them, not all of them. Some of them I do outside stuff, but I take my thumbnails usually in a photo box to get the best lighting, the best background, blah, 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 blah. So I get up to walk out there, and I have my phone and the 2 knives I'm going to take to use in the thumbnail. And as I'm carrying them walking out, one of the knives, and they're closed, by the way. They're closed knives. I'm holding them both in one hand. It clacks against my screen of my phone because I do my thumbnails on my phone. I don't use the computer for that or my camera. So, and it hit, but so it sounded like it cracked. So in that same second, I looked at my phone to make sure it wasn't cracked. Right then, a knife slipped out of my hand and hit the ground, but I'm stepping at the same time. So my legs up, and I'm just walking normal, just walking. So
and he walks pretty heavy-footed, really heavy-footed. We both do, so that's part of the image here.
So when I look at my phone, the knife falls out at the same time, closed. It must have hit the flipper tab, sprung open at the same time my foot's coming down, heavy-footed, all the way down, all the way in, all the way deep, and blade up, and it went across my foot. I'll show you guys a picture in a second.
Did you have the knife in your hand? Did it fall out of your hand or
yes,
your pocket?
My hand.
Okay.
So, but what I'm saying though is that when I looked at the screen, I realized the knife slipped out of my hand at the exact same time. But at that exact same time, it hit the ground, opened up, and my foot came down. Like it was so fast. Like I said, it was a freak occurrence of paying attention to the thing, like it clinking against my phone, clink, and then me looking, and right then it falling and my step going down at the same time. And I normally wouldn't have been worried because it was a closed knife, but it happened to land, spring open, and my foot went. It felt like, to be honest, it felt like I stepped on Jello. That's what it felt like. That's how I knew it was bad.
Yeah, because that's how
I felt it mush, the mush. And it was the mush.
I know that feeling.
I was the Jello. The knife was the cutter, but that's what it felt like. It felt like a knife going through Jello.
That's how you know it's bad. You're right. And the crazy thing is that when you're walking and you don't, because like you said, it happened so fast. If you don't know that the knife is there, because in that moment he technically didn't know the knife was there.
Right.
Open,
it was so fast,
which means he stepped down
with everything
the way
I had.
You would just normally step.
Yeah.
That's why I said he's heavy-footed.
It's like literally putting a knife in your path and you not knowing it's there and stepping down just like how you would normally run across the room. So there was I didn't know that. Even if I knew the knife slipped, even if in my mind I knew, I dropped a knife.
Yeah, did it have your edge on it? No, right?
No, it was a factory edge.
Thank God.
No, thank God, yeah. Well, I don't think it made the difference.
No,
on your body weight on either one is going to go through. It went all the way, guys. It went all the way through. So, so right when that happened, obviously a lot of blood, right? So I grabbed my ankle and I grabbed my foot, and I'm on carpet, but there's not carpet right here, right outside here. So I jumped onto that because I didn't want blood everywhere, and blood is going everywhere. It's just pouring out, and I'm trying to stop the bleeding. So I start screaming to her to get the trauma kit. So she gets the trauma kit.
The F out of me.
Then I went back to
Oh yeah, I was really annoyed by that.
I had to finish what I was doing after fixing it up because I knew I was going to be in the hospital for a little while, and I didn't want to skip a beat. So after stopping the bleeding, wrapping it up, and before calling the Uber, I finished what I was doing.
Did you have to pull the knife out, or it just came out because you stepped up? It was so
clean. It was soaked wet, so it just fell out. It was just clean.
No, it scared me because this was in the morning, so I was still asleep and he was awake, and so I woke up to him, like I said a couple of minutes ago, to him yelling for me to come over there because, oh my.
You know what? Here, I'll just bring him. No,
okay.
Go ahead. I'll,
trigger warning.
Trigger warning. Go ahead and keep talking. I'm going to pull this up.
Trigger warning, we're going to show the pictures. So if you don't like seeing blood, look away or something. But yeah, no, it scared me because he I don't think he cut any tendons.
Well, that was the worry of the doctor too.
The right way.
I can move. Well, see, it's hard to tell because you
need to make sure you keep moving.
I'll tell you what, man. Them working on it was the painful part. But but no, I'm gonna continue to move my stuff. My toes are pretty numb, but it's that. I'm probably going to have a little bit of nerve damage, but I don't think I cut any tendons. Luckily, because it's so deep. Shout out to Stasa23. Go and follow his channel as well. All right, so let's check out this picture really quick. Now, warning, guys. I don't like to do warnings. I like to just surprise you guys with nasty shit, but I don't think YouTube does. So make sure I'm giving you guys a warning right now. So that is the one side of it, and it is this deep.
Yeah, it's as deep as that side going.
The whole blade went in.
So the whole width of the blade went in. This is technically hours after it happened too, and it was still just pouring. I said at the doctor when the guy was doing it that it was actually making a blood icicle down his heel because it was bleeding so much that the blood had time to actually clot and make a literal icicle.
Look at Kara back there. Kara's back there. That's you back there in the mirror.
Oh yeah, taking the picture. Yeah. Nice callus too.
Nice sock.
Yeah, your other sock. I know. Yeah, no, it was it's no joke.
No, it's no joke.
I hate that part.
The middle of the foot right here is what hurts the most. And then getting the shots in the I don't know how many shots I got, but probably like 20 or so. Because he was doing multiples with each one.
He did so many shots because none of them were working.
No, when they were trying to stitch it up.
I've never seen Jared actually in that much visible pain before. Like I've seen you in pain, but
the cut wasn't
extended,
shit.
Serious pain. Yeah, when those shots were happening, I mean.
The shots and then the stitching, because it wasn't numb. It's like he said, the foot is really difficult. And we didn't go to
we went to an urgent care.
Right, so they don't
have insurance, so it's cheaper.
Their stuff's not as potent. So the shots he's giving me, they're not very strong, and they only numb like a little area for a couple minutes.
Well, they just use an IV, not IV, but an intravenous lidocaine. I don't know if they would have used something better at the ER.
I think they would have. I know they would have.
It was more just the exposed nerves in your foot that were lidocaine just wasn't strong enough.
Maybe, but there was the shots hurt so bad because they have to go into your foot and then pump the shit in. But that was nothing compared to this, even the stitching where I could feel it, where the lidocaine they didn't do anything. That wasn't nothing compared to the shot.
It's Jared and I had talked about, because for those of you that don't know, I went through to my knee bone with a microtech.
Nothing.
And when I had to go to urgent care, the same place for my microtech cut, they said, oh, the lidocaine shot just going to feel like a bee sting. And then when they did it to me multiple times as well, I was like, what kind of fucking bee have you been stung by? Yeah. It is so painful. And then it was funny because we went in there and the doctor was like, okay, just a mosquito bite.
Yeah, I laughed.
And then the doctor was great, though. He was being funny. Every time he was done with a stitch, he was like, I did it. He was congratulating himself, even though Jared's sweating.
So many stitches, and it's just so sensitive at the bottom. It's kind of like the palm of your hand.
I think it's worse.
To be honest, yeah, the bottom of the foot's probably worse. But even the palm of the hand, getting a shot in the palm of your hand it sucks. And then pumping something underneath there, whoo! I'm pretty sure you could have walked that off. Hey, I tried. Trust me, I was gonna. I literally was willing to super glue it shut and just wrap it up. I'm kind of glad I went. I didn't realize how bad it was. He was
gonna glue it together, and then I looked. I was like, "Fuck no, you're not gluing it together. No glue. The glue would have just mixed in with the blood and gotten diluted. I don't even think it would have done anything."
When I realized how big, because I seriously didn't even realize how big it was till I went to the hospital. But when I asked her, how big is it? Because I was willing to just glue it, but I'm glad I didn't, because this is something that I definitely would have a lot of nerve damage.
You'd probably get an infection too.
Probably.
With it open like that.
Probably.
I'm going to say one more thing before you hit that super chat. Did you hit it? No, you didn't. I'm going to say one thing, though. The funniest part was when Jared was getting these shots, after the pain would kind of get past the wave of the peak of the pain, he would, like, hit the table and be like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, he was, like, trying to act like, not act like it felt good, but it was just, like, his way of getting through, like, the terrible pain. Fuck yeah, doc. That's what he was, like, saying. Like, he's like, you good? And he's like, fuck yeah, it feels good. And one time,
you know, my dad, I got that from my dad, because my dad, when I was a kid.
It helps. It actually changes your brain a little bit to, like, pretend like that.
My dad used to force me to go through pain and tell him how much I liked it when I was a kid. And, like, that's just instilled in me. Like, there's nothing I can do about it. You know, it's just something that you carry on from, like, a child.
Hey, Hawaiian Knife and Gear's here.
What's up, Hawaii?
Why'd you just pause so long?
Nothing. My brain was somewhere.
Oh.
Shout out to Hawaii Knife and Gear, another channel. Go and follow his content as well. He also is selling things with koa wood. Q1 Fiend with the 5 bones. Here's for the discipline. Wait. The discipline letting them stitch and give you those shots. Thank you, Fiend. I do appreciate it. Yeah, you know, like we were talking, you know, the price of things happening is sometimes just like, it's going to wind up being probably just as much or less of, you know, cost of insurance. So when shit happens, you know. But yeah, shit happens.
Well, anyway, I'm gonna go.
That's what I said.
I'm gonna go sleep off my anxiety headache from the fear. Are you gonna show him the knife?
Well, no. Oh yeah, I already did show you guys the knife. So technically, if you guys want to know which knife it was that did catch it, I thought you cleaned this off.
Just show it. Who cares? I didn't clean off shit.
It was the CMB made knives lurker. So this was the knife.
So if you guys want a sharp knife, get this one. I'm just kidding.
They definitely did an improvement on their edge. So this is the one. It must have fell and went pow. Yeah. And then landed like that. But think about this. It landed edge up. So that means it didn't even have time to go like this.
Yeah.
That means as it hit, my foot came down full force.
It was perfectly timed.
Perfectly timed.
Beautiful symphony. All right. Well, I
should have played the lottery.
Before I go, I'll say one more time, guys, if you want to get some awesome paracord goods, Allie Cord has a bunch of extra ones that she needs to sell off right now on her Instagram. So if you guys want to support her in helping that out, we'll eventually have some that we're going to be giving away. But just for now, go support her Instagram. It would mean a lot to her. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Thank you guys all for your time. Do you need this or can I take it? You're not looking at it anyway, right? Okay.
What sucks is the things that don't pop up on here, but whatever. Just let me know if you see it.
Well, just tell them now that if they're a member, it might not show up. Tell them to write member on their comment.
That's not what happens.
I don't know. I thought it was just the...
No, just... Anyways, Jay Freeman says, when I cut my finger in half long ways, they had to remove my nail so when the tourniquet came off, it was like fire in my veins. I bet. I've had a couple nails removed, so I get it, man. That shit sucks too. Big time, Holmes. Microtech UTX is... Sorry, guys. It's super small. It's freaking tiny with a little toothpick blade. Yeah. It's still kind of cool. That's what's kind of cool about it. And I think the fact that you can carry it in some of the places that you can't carry any of the other Microtechs and stuff. Oh, thank you. Hope you feel better, sweetheart. And Kara, hope your headache goes away soon as well. Thank you. Get your own lurker here. Right there. There's the lurker. Yes. CMB Made Knives does go on. Hey, baby, you do me one favor. What? Grab me that knife out of the photo box. CMB Made Knives is found on White Mountain Knives. Also found, I think, a couple other places as well. So, hey, fox with another 5 bones. I'm guessing the foot rolled on the blade and caught the back of the heel. No, it literally it went straight down. Like it would have.
You can see it in the shape of the cut that it went straight down.
Yeah, you can tell if you look at the cut, and also I know, like I felt it. So like it literally hit and opened up at this. Like the timing was perfect. Like if my foot wasn't coming down the way it was coming down, I would have just like hit it out of the way or something like that. But as it was coming down, it literally, like everything timed, the worlds aligned in the worst kind of way. And if anything would have been different, it wouldn't have happened. Like it just happened to go perfectly, and that's how freak occurrences happen. But here's another C&B made knives. I just did a first impressions on it. This thing's pretty wicked. It's pretty badass. So if you guys like unique knives, something different, this one does have the clip point. It's almost like the toothpick from Buck, or like from the slip joints. It's kind of like that. Very, very cool. Very precision tipped. And it has this. They also have the silver, or is it aluminum or silver, whatever it is. But they have these copper scales, and then they also have the silver or whatever it is, aluminum or whatever it is, a bolster lock. The front flipping action is amazing on this. This is a really good front flipping action right here. Very, very cool right there. And Ian with the 5 bones, man. Thank you. Late as shit. But I hope the foot heals very soon. Thank you, man. I do appreciate it. And it's going to be a while. It's so big. It's so deep. And what sucks, man, is I literally had just got off the phone with my cousin, like setting something up for the 4th of July and going and getting fireworks and everything. And it sucks, man, when you have plans. Like, so, like, tomorrow's going to be a son of a bitch. I might have to cancel, but I'm not going to try to, because I made, a deal or made a schedule. So it just, it's going to be a while, and it's going to be tough probably the first week getting around and moving around and everything. I can't put my foot down or nothing like that, because I need these stitches to heal. The faster they heal, the faster I'll be back on my feet. But I know I don't want to tear them. Like, it was tough getting it shut and everything. So that knife almost looked like it has a sharpened false edge, good geometry on it. Yeah, it does. Are you on crutches? Yes, I am. I am on crutches, yes. They are actually right here behind me. Yeah, I don't have a choice, I'm pretty good at walking around on one leg, but it makes it a lot easier. Because your natural instinct, if you go to fall or something happens, is to put your foot down, and I don't want to do that. Like, because I'm like on the verge of tearing stitches, every second. So, and you'll have your CAD drawings for the secret project this weekend. I know I said last week. I'm sorry. No, man. Hey, man, I get it. It's been a tough week for me, too. I didn't even get things mailed out that I was supposed to. Like, this week has just been, you guys know how it goes. Like, when something happens, or like, when things are happening, that's when, it's like everything fucks up. And that's how my week's been, man. So I feel you, man. It's no problem, man. I'm a shit show this week myself. I've had multiple breaks and tears in my feet, and trust me when I say they don't fuck up the healing process. You pay for life. There you go. I've had some shit happen myself. I've definitely had a lot of foot injuries and things like that. Nothing like this that I can think of. I've had nails go through my feet and stuff like that, but nothing to this extent. So I expect to have some nerve damage and things like that, but I just want to be able to walk good. If I can walk good, and hopefully the nerves aren't too bad. But it's just there's so many nerves in the foot that it's like inevitable I probably got nerve damage. But hey, it is what it is, The show must go on. When it rains, it pours. Ain't that true? Hey Jared, I got here. So what the fuck happened with the foot trying to open knives with your feet? Yeah, I was fidgeting knives with my feet. I mean, I guess flipping balisongs with your feet is it's a no go. You're not supposed to do that. If you just got here and you didn't hear the story, just rewind 10 minutes and you'll hear the whole story before Kara leaves. Kara was part of the story, so you'll hear it. Nothing worse than popping stitches and having to get them done over again. That's what I don't want. Like, in many cases, man, I'm so abusive with my wounds, if you guys only knew. But with this one, I'm going to try to be a little bit more careful because I do not want to go back there and get those shots again. Shots in your feet, man, they suck. But hey, it just is what it is. And then the fact that they don't work, that's another thing. Like they could not get them to numb, the nerve endings or whatever, the feet. So my foot. So they had to do so many of them, so many fucking shots, and like they're piercing, man. Like it was like I almost wanted to just like getting cut was the easiest part. You know what I mean? But fuck it, life lesson. A root beer will make you feel better. Gotcha. I almost actually was going to open up with one of my little drinks, but I didn't. You're truly lucky you did not cut any tendons or ligaments. Yeah, that's what the doctor was worried about, actually, was that. He's like, man, I hope you didn't cut a tendon. And he made me move my feet different ways, and it doesn't look like it. But just in case if it's slightly severed or whatever, I also don't want, because they're like rubber bands and stuff, just like a muscle, it's like a stretched rubber band. When it cuts, it like rolls up, So just in case, I'm going to be pretty careful with it. Feet and hands suck donkey balls. So many nerves. Yeah, definitely. Feet got more nerves per square inch than any other body. Yeah, that's the same thing the doctor was saying too. That's why it's so hard for them to not only numb it, but they have to do so many shots and going through the side of the foot, the bottom of the foot, the middle of the foot to just, man, ooh, woo, you gotta love it. Gotta love that shit. There you go. Q and Fiend says, go back 25 minutes to hear the story. And I don't know why. My nose will not stop running the past few days. I thought it was from filming and like looking down like constantly. But nah, I'm just realizing my nose just won't stop running. But I don't get allergies, so it's definitely not that. I wanted to baby! I need you to do one thing for me. Please. Will you get up and grab the blue Chanel? Thank you. We still have to do a couple things we're going to do here in 1 second. What? Oh, nothing. I was wincing. Did you find it? No, I was making a pain noise. Oh, okay. Well, don't do that. No. I feel great. Okay. No, it's definitely not that. You have to reach behind the curtain here somehow. Okay. You can't come in there. Okay. Here, what if I do this? Oh, there you go. So, no, it's not that. It's just a runny nose. I mean, I don't know. But no, I don't have fevers or anything like that. And if it was that, I got the best case ever. Because, like, I feel good. Like, I've worked out, like, every day. Which this pisses me off. Like, man, it's the one thing that, like, injuries really bag you up on any workout schedules. It's almost like it backs you up, like, 2 months or whatever. Like, when you're on, like, a schedule and everything. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm just looking something up really quick. We're going to do scent of the day. Don't forget that. We're going to do it really quick, but I got a really good one here. So don't want to leave you guys hanging on this one. Fire shit here. I'm trying to pull up the... This one. 2 seconds, guys. 2 seconds. All right. All right, so today's scent of the day is Blue Additional. I did wind up getting the full bottle. I had the tester sample, and I liked it so much that I did get the full bottle. It has a magnetic top. By the way, that's another thing that kind of messed me up with this is, man, it's going to be tough. Like filming, I had all these videos planned and all this B-roll planned. It's going to be tough doing that stuff. It's like, how do I stab pumpkins and stuff, on one foot? Very tough, right? Anyways, I'm going to figure it out. But Blue Additional, awesome top. It smells really, really good. And this one's like a huge one, like out of all the brands that I've gotten that I've shown you guys, this is definitely one of the top contenders when it comes to blind. Man, that smells so good. Blind like people like picking it blindly, over other scents. This one is huge. It's gotten tons of good reviews across, all the platforms of all the channels that do men's fragrances. And it's definitely a sweet and clean smell. So it has a fresh opening, lingering on the warm fullness of cedar and New Caledonian sandalwood that sweeps throughout the intense aromatic woody accord. So with me, I guess the dry down probably has more of the woody scent to it. It is mostly a really clean, fresh blue smell, like fresh out of the shower smell, but in a masculine way. I guess I do smell the sandalwood underneath, so it does have a real masculine smell while also being fresh and clean. So like, take that how you want, but really, really good. I can't recommend it enough. And like I said, this one gets a lot of attention in the fragrance community with like outperforming a lot of other things. It's not cheap though. That's the problem. It's pretty expensive. So not cheap. I would recommend getting a sample size first if you guys do want to get it. I didn't put it in the thing. I could link it right now if you guys want, but really good fragrance though. Nice and fresh, clean smell. It does have a semi-sweetness to it, but anyways, I was not prepared today, guys. Normally I have all my notes written down and everything, so I do not even have a notepad next to me right now. But that is one. This one will definitely probably be on like when I do that the video. This one will probably be on there. I don't think it'll be number one, but it'll definitely be in like a top 5. You record Kara doing the cutting, stabbing stuff that involves standing. I could, but I get the fulfillment out of doing that. I like to cut and stab stuff myself, especially like it's difficult when you only have, like, not saying she's not going to be just fine doing it, but like with the one video, I'm going to have to spend a lot of money on fruits, right? So with each fruit, you only got one shot. That's it. One shot and it's done. So you want it to everything to go perfectly with that one shot. And then I have some other videos that I had planned coming up that she could totally help with, but we'll work through it. We're going to figure it out. It's just, it's tough, but I'll figure it out. How long are you decommissioned for? They said at least 2 weeks to get the stitches out.
What jewels do you have right now?
Not enough of them.
Because these are all yours, and I have none.
Well, this is the only one I have right now. This one's red.
So those are all yours.
Okay, so what do you want me to do?
I was just giving them to you. I'll bring you a pod.
Thank you. I don't need a pod. Okay. Thank you, though, baby.
You're welcome, Ella.
But yeah, they say 2 weeks. Normally they say 10 days, but they said for this one, you're going to need at least 14. I say go even longer. as you cut the fruit, you should make some buffalo punch. Buffalo punch. I don't know about buffalo punch. I mean, no. Been drinking vagina eyes. Give me a break. All right. As you cut. Oh, yeah, I read that one. Trixie is prego. She posted on Instagram, was making money as a lot lizard. Oh, don't tell that to Maurice. Come on, guys. Don't say that. Hot. That's a bad way to break the information to Maurice.
Hey, baby.
Yes, baby.
Can you make an announcement about the fact that we have new merch that they can get to using the link tree on Instagram, and that we'll have samples of it here soon to show in person?
Okay. So we have a link tree now on Instagram. If you guys do follow us on Instagram, we do have a link tree now, so you can get to all our merch and all the stuff through that link tree. New merch, new design. New merch, new design on our link tree. We are going to be trying to set things up a little bit differently, a little bit better in order so it's more organized. We're hopefully going to be having a store soon in the description rather than just scrolling through a whole bunch of links. Make a store where you have certain links placed in certain places, and then through a link tree and things like that. We're getting it all set up. What channel were they on at the TA, Jared? 42 or something, wasn't it? What channel were they on at the TA? The channel. 19. Are you talking? Wait. What channel? Hold on a second. I'm trying to think if you're asking serious or if it's a joke, but the TA is a truck stop, and like you have the two-way radios, the trucks, so the trucker station's 19, but I think for all the whores, I think it'd be channel 42, something like that, 42, 41. It's been a while. Neevesknives. Do you want the stitches in? You don't want the stitches in too long, or the skin will start to grow over the stitches. It'll be very painful to remove the stitches. That's the story of my life. Shit. One time, check this out. Here's a little story. I had surgery on my wrist. You guys can see the hole right there. So I had surgery on my wrist. I had a skin infection that it swelled out like the size of a softball, and they had to, cut it all out and everything, and it was a giant hole in my arm. Anyways, so I got the stitches in or whatever, right? So got the stitches removed. Then there was like a bump growing right there, and like I just thought it was scar tissue. For a long time, I thought it was scar tissue. Then one day, just one day, like, 'cause I'm like picking at it because it was like always like a bubble, and it was weird. One day, pink, a little like, I don't remember if I was messing with it or trying to carve it out or what I was doing, but all of a sudden, like a little wire just pops out of the surface and is like looking at me, and I go to grab it and it's not coming out, like not coming out at all. And I tried to go back. They had left a stitch in there, didn't get it out, but the hospital I was going to was like that's just normal practice for this damn place. Like, it's a horrible hospital. Anyways, so wound up trying to get them to remove it. They won't remove it, even though they're the ones who put it there. They were the ones that removed it in the first place. Now they won't remove it. They want me to go in and get another surgery to get it removed because it could be wrapped around a tendon or something like that. And to me, it's like, how could it be wrapped around a tendon, right? Maybe like it, got healed over so good. I don't know. But I was not about to go to this. They wanted me to go to this place in like downtown Chicago and all this other like extra bullshit. And I'm like, just cut it and pull it out. So since they wouldn't do it, I just did it myself, and it wound up pulling out. But I did have to cut the skin pretty deep and to get it out, because it was like wrapped around the meat. It was like tied around the meat still. But we got it. Yeah, it does sound like a lot of horse shit, doesn't it? But that's how it happened. So it sucks. But like I said, that place, man, that place is just known for stuff like that. Check out the link tree. There is some new merch on there too. So some stuff you guys might like. We're gonna try to. And there's going to be more coming soon. She's going to try to keep updating new stuff, new designs, things like that. It was wrapped around the meat, huh? Yeah, it was wrapped around the meat. Beyond the skin, I mean. Once the problem was even when I cut it, it wasn't pulling out because the skin is so tight, so compressed around it. Like you could it's just pulling skin when you're trying to pull it. And I also didn't want to damage nothing either. It's in a sensitive area, and that's what they made it seem like. But I'm thinking like you guys already carved a hole here, like because if you guys would have seen the wound, it was deep. Like it was literally like a hole in my arm. You could see all my everything. And when I left, when they stitched it, they didn't stitch it closed because it was too big. So what happened was for the next 2 weeks, I had to pack it. So I had to take out gauze like this big and pack it in there every day, looking into my wrist and pack it in. Luckily, I was really good with wound care because I took care of my dad so long and I had dealt with so many wounds, like everyday wounds, like every type of wound you could imagine. I had already dealt with. Packing was something I was so used to, packing wounds. So it wasn't nothing for me to do it, but to me, it was like, obviously, I didn't think it wrapped around anything because of, where it healed and where the surgery already was and everything else. But I mean, it's possible. That's why I didn't want to just snag it and yank it out, plus it was wrapped around meat inside there. So that's why it's called practicing medicine. What's up, duty? Thank you, Shane. I appreciate it. Yeah, I hope so too. I hope so too. I'm already ready to run a marathon. How you doing, Shane? Oh, by the way, this weekend, on Saturday, Scab is going to join me on a live. So it's going to be an awesome live with me and Scab. That's Saturday's live. And also, Mike Emler is going live. Is it right now or is it in a few minutes? Let me just double check, because if it's right now, we'll head over there because I got to join him. Nope, that's in 30 minutes. So we have 30 more minutes, and then we're going to jump over to Mike Emler's live. Chris Emerson with the 5 bones. Karen needs to start a channel called Bikini Blades. And Jared needs another channel called Smelly Mail. Thanks, Kirk. Thanks for the 5 bones. What's that, baby? She said no. What'd you say? She's not willing to whore for knives. She said she's a lady. She only whores for her husband. I'm live with Scab Friday at 7. Oh, awesome. So that'll be another interesting live. 7 p.m. Central on Friday. Ours live is going to be on Saturday. Chuck says, had a chunk of Chuck removed from my back. Skin cancer. No more cancer. Yeah. Chuck just recently had some skin cancer removed. Pretty big size, too. It looked like it was a pretty big one. So that's awesome. Always good to get cancer out of you, right? Don't want that left in there. Todd says, sounds like you're on the road to recovery. I imagine you know a lot about wound care and what to watch out for regarding infection and such. Yeah, I do. I'm really good with wound care. I've dealt with enough of it. But my biggest problem is the location. It's on your foot. So it's an easy place to mess up. It's an easy place to tear stitches. It's an easy place to accidentally, just mess up, So I'm going to try to be as careful as I can and try to take it easy while also still staying busy and working and everything. The problem is I'm just not going to be able to do that quality content that I've wanted, that I've been working on, I'm probably going to have to hold back for like a week or two. The content will still be good. It'll still be the same, but the stuff I was wanting to do, like really, really wanting to do, I'm not going to be able to do it as professional as I wanted to do because a lot of it had to do with me going in different places and filming different things. Like think about B-roll, right? B-roll requires you to be very steady and holding things and like panning and things like that. That's not easy one-legged. Or to get different shots and different angles and things like that. It's going to be tough, especially in different locations, and just walking outside is a bitch right now, let alone changing different positions 1,000 times and taking films and testing this and testing that. I'll be able to sit down in a chair and still test edges and sharpen and everything, at least the best of my ability. It'll be a little bit slower, but I'll be all right. Take a look at Alice, aka Alicord Paracords, products on Instagram as well. Here is her Instagram fam. Dropped my bear a month ago. Put a big hole in my calf. I feel you, Jared. Ooh, yeah. I've had those. I got a scar on the side of my leg. When I was a kid, I was taking out the garbage. And it's crazy. Like, I mean, this is how bad the cut was that I still have a very evident scar on the side of my leg running sideways. So I was carrying a bag of garbage and there was a piece of glass hanging out of the bag, but I am young. So I'm swinging the bag back and forth like this, and it actually got the inside of my leg, so I must have really been swinging it stupid. And as I'm walking, that piece of glass, I didn't know the glass was there, comes in contact with the side of my leg and just tears the side of my calf. That one was pretty bad at the age, Like now it probably wouldn't be anything, but when I was a kid, it was pretty bad, and I still got a pretty good scar from it. I got quite a few scars. Quite a few. Have you experienced a big cut on the foot I have experienced a big cut on the foot just like you, but it was a piece of plastic I step on. So much blood. Yeah, the foot's nothing to mess with, man. It's such a tender area. I haven't dropped my bear. No, I haven't dropped my bear either, aka the Bexar by Tactile Knife Co. I got mine right over here. That's a pokey little son of a bitch too. Really good blade geometry. Gotta give him credit, man. That thing is so thin and so slicey. Another thing. Oh, I can't show you guys yet. I got a knife here, pretty cool, and man, I'm surprised how thin the geometry is on this thing for the kind of knife it is. I'm wondering if $160 is worth it for the standard pair of 3. I normally don't spend more than $50 on a knife, but I do want to try out a compression lock. So, 2 things. 1, get a CME from OCD for EDC. Granted, use the compression lock for a week or so, whatever, but if you get a CME from OCD for EDC, it massively improves the compression lock. It really does. It makes it like a button lock, just the opposite side. It's really, really good. So I definitely recommend that. And it makes it to where you can use it left-handed, because a compression lock is very difficult to use left-handed. So if you want to be able to use it left-handed, get a CME from OCD for EDC. A CME, it's compression lock made easy. From OCD, number 4, EDC. Just look up his site. But yes, the pair of 3, I think, in my opinion, is well worth the money. They have all different kinds. The pair of 2, or the PM2, or the pair of 3, because they have all different kinds of steels. They have a steel for everybody's preferences, right? They have lots of different aftermarket parts, so you can make it the way you want it anytime. You can keep the knife just the way it is for a year, and then a year from now, buy some new scales, buy a new clip, get new hardware, and you can make it a completely different knife. All right, same thing with the CME. The CME also changes it up a little bit. Their heat treats are really good, USA made, well worth it. Absolutely. And this is one thing that I don't think is talked about enough. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm the only one. But the Mannix, the pair of 3, and the PM, all the normal, the USA made Spydercos, okay? All the USA made Spydercos, and then even like the Delica. The Delica is another one. This is one of the ultimate blade shapes. It's ugly, but it's literally one of the ultimate blade shapes. It's such a good blade shape. It's good for utility cuts. It's good for slicing. It's good for push cuts. It's nice broad blade, so the geometry cuts really, really good. The ergos on the handle, like, no, they're not the most comfortable, but they work really good for the blade shape. So, doing even reverse cuts and cutting ropes and stuff, it's just a fantastic blade shape, and you realize that after you have one. And since the heat treat's so good, they sharpen up and take ridiculously sharp edges. Spyderco steel is just one part of why they're worth it, because their heat treat is really good, especially within the past 2 years. So yeah, I think they're worth it. There's a lot of good going for it. And like I said, just the ease of grabbing it and using it, you realize it after you've used it, after, like you've carried it. Because then when you carry other knives, you realize how they can't, not always, but in many cases, they can't compare to the ease of use and how well a Spyderco performs. And listen, I was somewhat of a Spyderco hater a long time ago. I really was. It took me a long, long time to finally warm up to Spyderco, because I thought they were ugly. I thought everybody raved about them, and I was like, man, I don't want to love the same thing everybody else loves. I wanted to kind of stand out a little bit. I wanted something unique, something not everybody else experienced. I wanted, but then after having them and trying them and testing them and this and that, it's like slowly but surely, it's like, I get it now. I get it. They're great. Look through my channel, man. You'll see a lot of good knives. You just got to figure out what works best for you. You were the same way, Kurt? Yeah, man. It's when you see everybody raving about the same thing, it almost gets played out. And you don't want to get on the board with something that's played out. You feel like it's overplayed. You feel like this guy only likes it because everybody else does. And it's like a bandwagon thing. That's how you feel. And you're like, I don't want to jump on the same bandwagon everybody else is on. But over time, and listen, I've gotten a lot of comments from a lot of people appreciating that I didn't do that, appreciating that my lists weren't just full of all Spydercos. And so I understand like that pushback from Spydercos. You get sick of seeing them. You get sick of seeing them constantly. But there's a reason for it. There really is. And when it comes down to it, and you have 5 knives on the table and you're going to grab one and you need one as a tool, a Spyderco is going to be one of the main ones. It's just the way it is. And I'm not saying there's not a lot of other great knives that could fill that spot, but Spyderco does a damn good job, and they work. And even when you listen to like how they came up with the Spydercos and everything, talking about how they were built for use, when you actually start using them and everything, you realize how true that is. You love the shape on the Civivi Relic. I like a lot of the Civivi's blade shapes, even like. And this isn't even my favorite type of blade shape. I don't even like this blade shape that much, but it works great. The Dogma. It's a clip point, and this thing Persians up. I don't like that. I like straight clip points. Straight clip points are great because they're kind of like an elongated sheep's foot in a way. Depends on how heavy duty the clip is. But when they're like really clipped, but anyways, when they Persian up like that, I normally don't like them. But this has such good cutting geometry. It's so thin behind the edge. The blade is only 120 thousandths. Great knife, the Dogma. But Civivi has a lot of great blade shapes. And you guys already know how much I love my button lock Elementum blade shape. This is just a total workhorse of a blade shape. I love it. I want the Dogma. It's like a more elegant Ortis. Yes. Yeah, it's great. It is. Mine, The only problems I have with it is the blade shape. Like I'm not a big fan of this blade shape. The tip is just up so high, but they make up for it in geometry because it is a piercing tip. So it has an ease of cutting, but it's just a little taller than you'd like. So they do make up for it with the cutting geometry, just not the blade shape. It needs to be just a little bit lower. A little bit lower would be great. I need a 20.5 reed blade as well. Well, if you can't get on the books for a reed blade, you can always get, especially if they're coming out with new steels, you can always get a regrind. A regrind would be great too. Is Brian in here? Or is he just shouting him out? I didn't see him in here. Oh, there he is. What's up, Brian? I'm doing well. Hi, everyone. What's up? Shout out to Transparent Knives. He does reblades, and I think he does regrinds too. But that's something you'll have to talk to him about. But shout out to Brian for doing badass reblades. One of the best heat treaters in the business. It was his page earlier when we were talking about on Instagram of sensitive content or whatever the hell it's called, where they won't let you see it until you click yes, I want to see it. Sensitive content. And it was about centering. Like, we were getting way too sensitive when I know it was probably an accident on their part, but it's just the point. I'm wondering, did they put sensitive content on my pictures on Instagram? Did you guys have to click through sensitive content on my foot? I wanted the nightshade. I ordered one of the last ones they had. The PO lost it in transit. No shit. Well, just so you know, there's a new nightshade coming. There's a new one coming. So I don't know. Maybe they can replace it with one of the newer ones. Or, I mean, they have to either give you your money back or replace it. So contact them, but they do have a new version coming. I didn't get a sensitive content warning on your gorgeous foot. No worries there. Wow, that's so weird, right? Your centering thing got a sensitive warning. My foot, they're like, check it out. Yeah, centering is pretty controversial though. So, oh man, that's hilarious. It's crazy, man. Like, because the same time, like Kara said, we had one right before that was a blistered back. Somebody got sunburned, and sensitive content, like, that's just normal shit. People are so sensitive these days when you can't even see a burnt back. You know? Oh man, a sunburn? I never get a sensitive warning. You will. You will. It is very weird. And I know I wasn't the only one that got it because in the comments, everybody got it. Because I was wondering, is it just me who's getting this? But nope, everybody wanted getting it. But yeah, I just got this one though. I am loving it. I'm glad I finally got a chef. I have been wanting a chef for a long time. Ever since I got the test Bama knife, guys, it's been one on the list. I really love the Slish Buoy. So, and I know this is very different than the Slish Buoy, but there is still a lot of little things that kind of correlate. So I'm happy I got that. I want to show you this one new knife I got, but I can't. This thing is crazy looking. Loving this thing. Talk about a nasty clip point. This thing is so pokey. Like, I don't know if you guys can see a tip, but this thing is redonkulously pokey. Like, it's precision pokey. A little thick behind the edge. The geometry is thick, but damn it, is it pokey. And it'll cut just fine. You're just going to want to put a low angle on it. I'm not a big fan of the sharpening choil. And I'm not the biggest fan of front flippers if it's a front flipper only. Like, I don't mind it if it's like the secondary option, but when they do it and it works great, then I'm okay with it. Like that one Miguron knife, that one, great, because the front flipper just works so easy. It's so easy to use. Same thing with this one. This is a front flipper that is like just entirely way too easy to flip. And the front flipper's nice and tall, and it does not get in the way at all. Really good front flipper there. And it's a bolster lock, so you don't lock yourself out. That's another cool thing. What else do I got here? Oh, yeah. Don't forget about the jig patterned QSP penguins. These things are so slim. These will be available on the 18th on traditional pocket knives. So M390 steel. Not sure how good QSP is running M390, but for the price, they're not very expensive, so I don't think it'll be a bad thing. Cole from Tri-State EDC's in the house. Shout out to Cole from Tri-State EDC. Definitely go and follow his content. When did the logo color change? I just, flip it every now and then. Let's see what we got here. Maybe we have a different one for you guys. Oh, not that one. Is it right here? That's that one. We got knife modders in here too. Maybe we can put theirs up there. Shout out to knife modders. We got this one right here. We got this one. We got a duck, and we got old I can't remember, Douglas. Old Douglas up there. Let me back out of this. Where's my comments? There we go. What else do I got sitting here? Man, I really want to show you guys this one. So, oh yeah. These things are pretty cool. I wasn't the biggest fan of this knife, but listen to this thing. Can you guys hear that? It comes down so fast and so hard. You have to kind of do it slow. Otherwise, you'll get that double bounce. You can time it, and especially if you kind of angle your wrist up a little bit, it'll stop it. But it'll bounce. It comes down so hard. It's like just so loose. But the detent is still great on this one. And this one I wasn't the biggest fan of, but this titanium frag one is pretty badass. I got the micarta one too. They also have available. I'm pretty sure I can link these from Amazon as well. I think. This one's got a pretty stout detent too. The lockup on these has been super solid though. No play on any. Maybe my original one wound up getting a little blade rock. I'm not a big fan of the front flipper on it, but it still works good. Like I said, I'm just not the biggest front flipper fan. Some of them are really good. Some of them suck. This thing sucks, man. I'm so mad about this one. So mad. Because I love the blade shape. The grind is it's such a broad, tall, hollow grind. I love it, but dang it sucks. There's so much detent lash. Mazwa Mokhtar did try to help me with it, but I did get it smooth. I did fix how smooth it was by cleaning out the detent hole, but it still feels clunky because it has so much detent lash. How do you feel about the fragged clip? I appreciate the added touch, but at the same time, it's too much frag for me personally. I like it because, like you said, I appreciate it. I appreciate the added touch. It kind of blends in. So I guess I like it. But, and it doesn't work bad because of how springy it is back here. It actually works really good. There's a lot of spring to it. But yeah, I like it. I could see why maybe some people, it's not their preference, but the clip works great for a fragged clip. I mean, it's got such a good ramp to it. And it blends in. I think it looks cool. What else do I got back here? These guys I don't talk about too much anymore, but I got this one back here too, the Esprit, the Wee Knives Esprit 20 CD. This is a pretty good knife. The 3V mini critical. This is a cool knife too. 3V for $100, not bad. And I don't know what they're running it at or anything like that, but mine didn't do bad at all. I was very happy with it. I didn't do a controlled test, but I did bring it to work when I was working at the distillery, and I beat the shit out of it, and it did really, really good. But like I said, I didn't do a controlled test, but I was very happy with its performance. I want my damn gripper. I want an Abyss. One of these. Yeah, these are pretty cool. Very, very cool. I got one coming. I'm going to be testing it. These are pretty badass. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of that blade shape, but it's cool. Some things just have the cool factor, and you got to show appreciation for the cool factor, And I'll be honest, the last Arcane Designs I did give a bunch of shit to. Not that I feel bad, not that I'm going to do a good video on this one because of that, but I did give a lot of shit to the last one. I just didn't think it was a great tool. Remember, I always look at things first as a tool. So if it can look as cool as it wants, but if it doesn't function good as a tool, that's going to be a huge check mark. Now, I get it. I understand some things are built for other things, right? Like, say, a lightweight EDC knife doesn't need to be the best tool, right? So, I get that. Some things are just made to be cool and art pieces or whatever, right? I don't expect a slip joint to be a hard use tool, and I don't expect a hard use cutting tool to be as good of a cutter as something that's made to slice. I get it, but I want it to at least function for what it's for. So if it, like, say if it has really thick geometry, right? Well, then I expect the damn to have a strong lockup, or to have a strong locking system, right? I don't want, put it this way, I wouldn't want super thick geometry on a slip joint. So I expect it to make sense at the very least. So that knife, the original Arcane knife, I didn't think it made sense. What you doing?
Getting this cord.
So I didn't give it the best review. This one, though, I do like this one a lot more than that one. Even though I like the blade shape on the other one more than this one, technically. But this one, the geometry has that hollow grind, so. Damn, you're still going? Did I miss start? Yeah, you missed the story time a long time ago. We wound up doing it early. About an hour ago. Yep, exactly about an hour ago, I think we did it. What? You'll know it because Kara was still in here. So about 15 minutes before Kara left. If you want to rewind. What's up, Michael? I went through 15 large IKEA desk boxes with my Abyss. Powered through. No problem. Yeah, no, like I said, the Abyss is great. I like the Abyss. I'm talking about the original one. I forget the name of it. The Arcane, what was it? Did it start with an N? The Arcane something. I forget the name of it. Necronaut or something? I don't fucking know. I don't remember. I've done so many videos on so many knives. But no, it wasn't, the geometry was so thick on it for the ergos it provided. It didn't, to me, it didn't make a lot of sense. Now, I also argued in the same thing that for just an EDC knife, just to have something, it works great. And it looks cool. It's going for cool factor. And I get that. So I'm not hating anybody who loves it. I'm just saying as a tool, it wasn't a great tool. There's a difference there. You can have something that's badass. You can have something that looks cool. You can have something that fidgets good. And it just not be the great a great tool, right? But in my review, I at least want you to know that it's not going to be the best functioning tool. It's just going to be a cool piece, which there's nothing wrong with that. Yep, I'll be there. I'm gonna jump in and hang out with you guys too. I don't have the attention span for all of those channels or time. Just Neevesknives. Just Neevesknives, Maurice. Just ordered a Cold Steel Micro Recon 1 Tonto. The Cold Steel Tough Light has become one of my most carried EDC knives while I was working on my K-Bar Dozer. Amazing budget knife. Mike Emler is live. It's starting now. Oh, yeah, 9:30. All right, guys. So let's get out of here. Sorry, this was kind of an all over the place live. Making sense is huge for me. I'm not a big RWL34 fan, but it's great for hand rubbed finishes. So when I see a coarse finish on RWL34, I think that one of its main advantages is being wasted. Bang. It's kind of like AEBL, right? AEBL does really good at a fine edge, like really thin geometry and things like that, it's really, really good for that. It was originally made for like razor blades, right? So I get what you mean. Now, I don't recommend putting a polished edge on it, but it does really good. That's why 14C does so good with really thin geometry. But 14C, on the other hand, does really good with polished edges too. Or it does really good with polished edges while AEBL doesn't. But anyways, I know exactly what you mean. That's why I do think it's important to also make your edge make sense for the knife. And even when it comes to the locking system for the type of ergos it has, just all of those things, the geometry for the blade shape, even the steel choice. So many of those things play a factor. Now, I know a lot of people don't get as deep as us, so, I don't critique certain people's decisions on what they buy too much, to each their own, right? Everybody loves something different, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate that there are so many knives to choose from. So there's something out there for everybody and everybody's style, and I love that. And yes.
Do you need anything for in between now and Mike's stream?
I'll let you know in 2 seconds. Okay. I love you guys. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for all the donations. Shout out to the Patreons. I did see some of the Patreons did wind up commenting, so we will be pulling the winners from that very soon. Shout out to all the Bang Gang Squad members, and shout out to my cousin Breeze for being a great moderator, and all the other moderators that help me out with everything. You guys make this so much easier for me. I love you guys. Thank you everybody for joining. Don't forget to hit the like button. Peace. Oh, yeah, Mike Emler's. Don't forget to join us at Mike Emler's. Can somebody drop a link in the chat for Mike Emler's? I'm going live over there right now, so I'm jumping from here right over to Mike. So join me over there. I'm going to be on the live with him, with a bunch of other people. So join us over there. Love you guys. Somebody please. There we go. Breeze. Shout out to Breeze. Hey. Peace. There's the link right there. Just click the link and go over and hang out with us over there at Mike Emler's.